and welcome to my channel. Today I've got a purple eye look for you, and yeah, basically I wanted to do something wearable, yet glam, yet cut crease, yet not too much, and I wanted to do a wearable purple look, so this is purple and nude, what we came up with basically. That sentence made no sense. Anyway, also incidentally, if you notice something different about the whole vibe of this video, I finally messed around with my camera a little, and I think I finally got the white balance right. It was a combination of the actual white balance settings and the ISO stuff, and I don't actually understand any of it, so I just toyed around with it until I look the same in the viewfinder now as I do in my mirror in terms of white balance, and obviously my mirror just mirrors, so this should be good. I hope so, because I used to always have it be too purple, and then I had to toss a green filter over it to counter that, and yeah, I just really wanted a nice natural white balance, so I hope I got it now. But yeah, you probably don't actually care about any of that information. Let's just get started. So, as usual, I'm just going to start off with priming my eyelids. I'm just using a nude primer. I do want to do a purple look today, but I don't want it to be over the top, very bright purple, because I'm planning on going to the cinema in the afternoon. And I don't know, like if I go to the cinema on my own, I always feel kind of overdressed in the face if I go there with like a huge glam look. Because one, I'm going there alone. And second, you know, you're sitting there in the dark watching a movie. Like nobody probably cares at all about how anyone else looks in the cinema. You know, specifically people who they don't actually even know anyway. But still. And also, considering the kind of weather we're having right now, it's probably going to be raining when I go there, so I don't want to risk looking like a raccoon then. So the first shade is also going to be quite soft. How did in those 10 seconds my primer already creased a little? I have oily skin, people, it is terrible sometimes. Anyway, I'm just applying that with a fluffy blender. Almost up to the eyebrow, just as a transition shade. And I'm using the Urban Decay Ultraviolet palette again. Why do I struggle with the word? I don't know. You might have seen a review on this already. I don't know in what order I'm going to toss the videos I've already filmed online. But the review of this is going to be online before this video. But I used mostly the nude warm shades then. So I figured I'd just, you know, go for the purples this time. Like I used some of the purples, but I really want to like just play with those now. Now we're going for the purple. There's no matte purple in this palette, so I'm going for a shimmery purple. But I'm hoping, like, it works on this eye too. Like, I hope that it won't fall into the trap again of applying shimmer everywhere and then lose all the depth in the eyeshadow, because that's annoying. But yeah, I'm just going to blend this out with the brush that came with the palette. Also, as always, you don't need to use the exact same products as I'm using. If you don't have this palette, of course, you can just use other purple shades to get the same result. I would actually recommend using a matte shade then. If you're at it anyway. But yeah, like the lavender one is the darkest matte purple shade in the palette, so I'm just going to go for the shimmer instead. I'm blending it out quite far to the front, but not too far, because again I want to keep it quite wearable. And then just blending out the edge up here. The lavender really does make it a lot easier to blend this out. Now I'm going to go for this result. You know, glam but still wearable. So for that I'm just going to go back to my eye primer. And this is actually the brush that came with the Naked 3 palette Urban Decay. Blah. We're sticking with the theme here. Anyway, this is flat eyeshadow brush, quite firm. And I'm going to do a little bit of a cut crease with that. Like I want this to be obvious enough that it's like there with my eye open as well. So I don't want to keep it too low. But I also don't want to make this too harsh. Like I don't want a full on cut crease. I just want a little bit of a hint of one in the inner corner. Why did it go so much sharper on the other eye? Oh, because I applied more product. Okay. So fun when your questions just answer themselves. Anyway, yeah, I'm just pulling it till here, and even before it even actually reaches the highest point there, I'm just gonna start patting it into the skin and just blending it out. Because I don't want a full cut crease, I just want a little bit of a hint of one. Also, by the way, the movie that I'm going to go see in the cinema is that new one with Russell Crowe, Unhinged. About road rage. I gotta admit, well, about road rage, I mean, basically it's a little bit more than that. He's a psychopath and all, and I've only seen the trailer, obviously. I haven't seen the movie yet. I'm gonna watch it for the first time. But anyway, I found it interesting immediately, because I do gotta admit, I sometimes actually have a little bit of road rage. It's very rare for me to actually get annoyed at people on the road, because I'm generally pretty much a relaxed person on the road, because, you know, it's not very useful to get irritated with people in the first place. Why is the sun suddenly coming out? Okay. Anyway, I'm going to go into a slightly shimmery nude shade, by the way, to cover that primer. But anyway, but like, I don't know, once or twice I have had a little bit of road rage. Like when you're like stuck in a traffic jam and then the person behind you literally cuts behind or cuts in front of another car and then passes you by and then cuts in front of you, nearly hitting your car, so you gotta hit the brakes. Just to end up in front of you, and then they're like one spot ahead in the traffic jam and almost caused 2 accidents just to be one spot to the front. Like, why? Why take that risk? Why is it useful? And it just annoys me so much. So yeah, that sort of thing does give me a bit of road rage, but then again, I've never gone as far as I could see in the trailer at least, murdering people, beating them up, and burning houses down, because I'm not a psychopath, so that helps. I'm going to go in with a more of a peachy nude, by the way, to blend that into the rest of the eye. So yeah, but it seemed like an interesting and entertaining movie, so I decided to go watch it. Obviously, I don't have an opinion on the movie yet, because I haven't seen it yet, but I don't know, like, I generally like most movies I end up watching. If not all movies I end up watching. So yeah, we should be good. Now I'm going to go into a slightly paler purple than the purple I've already used in the crease. And just blend the crease together with, or at least the outer corner should say, together with the rest of the eyelid. Just to make sure all the colors sort of merge into like one big thing, rather than to have like 5 different shades just coexisting next to each other. Like so. And then I'm going to go back to this brush and the darker shade just to blend it a little bit further even. Just to make sure that's all nice and soft. I really want everything to be nice and blended. And then with the short stump side, I'm going to go into that paler purple shimmer shade. And just go right around the edge of the cut crease part here. Just because I feel with just the lavender beneath it, it just doesn't stand out enough in my opinion. So I wanted to have it a little bit more obvious. So yeah, and just blending it out with the large fluff hair blender. Again, to make sure everything goes nice and smooth. Okay, for some reason that went darker than the other side, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more to the other side. I don't know how that happens sometimes. Like, I feel like I apply the exact same amount of product, and then sometimes it's just still, it's sisters, not twins, yet they should look as if they're at least related, you know. Goes for eyebrows, goes for eyeballs. Yep. Then I'm going to go back to that slightly shimmery nude shade and just use it as a brow bone highlight. Followed by, of course, a big fluff hair blender, just to make sure that everything up there is nice and smooth. Okay, I wanted to keep it natural, but I want a little bit more intensity, so I hope you can see the difference. I'm just going to apply a little bit of an even darker purple shimmer shade on a fluffy eyeshadow brush. And just sort of create a line in the outer corner and blend it inwards. And don't worry about the underside of it, because really, if I do any eye look really, I just do my face last, so whatever I mess up I can still fix with concealer and foundation afterwards. Then back to the small blender, and I'm mainly pulling it into the crease. But I'm obviously also blending it out at the other part where I applied the dark shade. Then eyeliner, this time I'm using a gel liner, and I'm going to attempt to keep the wing quite small. And now, magically, my face is already done as well, or at least I've done foundation, concealer and powder and eyebrows. Very obviously eyebrows. And because I'm actually going to wear this foundation out today, I decided to go for my Dior Forever foundation, which I haven't used in forever. Seriously, I gotta admit that it is a little bit, I don't know, like it looks a little bit nicer in texture than my Catrice foundation, and it also stays pretty for a bit longer, especially when I confront it with heaps of sunscreen. Or rain. But then again, it's 10 times as expensive, so it better be better in some ways. Anyway, now for contour, I'm just going to keep it easy with a fan brush and the contour powder, obviously, what else was I going to say? And a peachy blush. Now for the blush, the highlight, I mean, I'm using a purplish shade. As you can hopefully tell, because, you know, the blush is already bringing the peachiness from the eye look onto the face, so I might as well use the highlighter to bring out the purple a bit more. Now, for the under eye area, I'm going to use, not this brush, the other brush. Anyway, the flat firm brush, you could use an angled brush as well if you like. I just dipped it into the wrong shade of purple. Anyway, I'm going to use the darkest shade of shimmer purple that I used. Alternatively, you could use a matte shade if you're using a different palette. But this works really well too, and I'm really going to press it like all the way from the wing to the inner corner, a little bit of black there. That was really good grammar. Anyway, just to darken that up, and I'm really keeping it in a thin line. Almost between the eyelashes, only a little bit below it. Carefully connect it. Obviously be very careful not to get any fallout at this point. And then I'm going to switch to the smaller blender here. And the peachy shades just to soften it a little, not really blend it out a lot, just soften it. And be very gentle with this, don't apply too much, because otherwise, you know, you're gonna ruin the effort that the concealer is making at this point and just give yourself dark eye bags, which would be inconvenient. Yeah, then we're left with this, and then to set it off even more, I'm going to go in with a nude pencil. First on the waterline, and then also filling in the little gap of skin here between the inner corner wing. Now I'm going to do something that's truly shocking to probably everyone, including me. I'm going to do a subtle inner corner highlight. I hope you can tell, because it is really subtle this time. At first I was like, I might use Lucid again, but then again that gives it whole like greenish alien vibe, which I love, but I'm trying to go for something more wearable today, so yeah, and also already have the inner corner wing and all, so I wanted to go for something more basic, so I'm going to use Trippin, which is just the same shade that I use as a brow bone highlight, and also on this area here, just a faintly shimmery nude shade. And applying that with a short stump brush, and I'm being really careful to apply it around the inner corner wing and not over top of the inner corner wing. And it's just really going to give a very nice natural result. Now, I don't want to do falsies today. You could totally do falsies, but I feel like going falsie free for a day. But lately, well, a few days ago, I saw a video by, I think it was the Nitzlava. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing it correctly. But she tried these whole, like a couple of TikTok makeup hacks. I don't have TikTok and I don't know whose idea it originally was. I was actually planning on curling my eyelashes first, I just remember. But it was basically of like a different method of applying mascara, and it worked really well on her, and it worked with any mascara, so yeah, I feel like it works pretty well. I mean, you can already tell on my other eye that the lashes do really stand out more. So I'm just gonna do that now too, because I want to test it anyway. But it was like wiggle it on only the tips of the eyelashes first. So literally only applying mascara to the tips of the lashes. Can't remember how much you were supposed to apply, so this might not be the best try out ever, but still. And then the center of the lashes. This is just a NYX mascara, by the way. I also have no idea if this mascara is waterproof. I might regret this decision later on in the day, but anyways. And then just combing through it from the bottom, no longer wiggling it. So you only color the bottom of the lashes, like the base of the lashes. And presumably get all the clumps out of the rest of the lashes at this point. And I do feel like it feels very weird to apply mascara like this, because I usually just slap it on and be done with it. But I do feel like it actually does give a pretty nice result. Also applying the remains of it on the bottom lashes. Okay. And like I'll just come closer for a sec. Okay, not too close so my camera can't focus anymore. But I do feel like my eyelashes just stand out nicely this way. I gotta admit they're tinted black already. And they're already quite long on their own, but like... Yeah, I do feel like they look more separated than they would if I just slapped the mascara on as always, so... I do think the technique actually works. Now, that finishes the eye look, and now we're gonna go on to lips. I'm just gonna go do a nude lip, or at least a sort of darkish warm nude, because I feel like it fits with the rest of the vibe of the look. And also, if I eat something in the cinema later on, this is not going to rub all over my face, which is nice. And we're left with the final results. Seriously, my bangs are way too long. I don't even know why I still fill in my eyebrows if I'm just going to accidentally cover them anyways. I really need to cut them. But other than that, I'm happy with how this look turned out. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you liked this look. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. It would really help me out. And if you want to see more of my videos, you can always subscribe to my channel. I actually do 2 makeup tutorials per week, and I try to sort of keep a balance between wearable stuff and more out there stuff, be it face paint, body paint, or just more extreme eye looks. But yeah, for now at any rate, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!